Hi, so we're going to use a Crow Tarot today by MJ. I cannot say that name. You know, if you see me on live and I say I cannot say your names because I have really severe dyslexia. I have a very bad learning disability, so I talk differently and I say things backwards and I spell things backwards. And if I read cards, sometimes I say them backwards or I say some other card, okay? So don't judge me. But anyhow, I am tired. We are going to talk about the sun is in Gemini. We're going to talk about the moon is in Capricorn and it's wanting. So we are just focusing on. Okay, so the thing that we built before isn't working so well, right? So we're going to build something else. We're going to do something else with our lives. We're going to try something different, right? Because what the plans maybe not have been working. King of Wands, new direction. And like I had talked about King of Wands, this is the House of Aries, King of Wands. This is ruling the Aries energy. And the Aries energy is still here. I still see it. I still see Saturn in Aries. I still see Neptune in Aries. And of course, Chiron. I still see this injurious, like this painful thing happening. I still see it. Things coming out of nowhere. And Saturn, oh, that's aggression. But it's like methodical. It's kind of like stalking your enemy. It's warlike energy still. And if you have said, I am over it, I can't take anymore, I am burnt out, I have had it, then you're going to be really screwed. That's all I have to say. Because I've been dealing with a lot of my clients. They still want things now, this split second. And when they want things, they still want things. The thing is, that doesn't work that way. And the whole, I just can't take anymore. This is just beginning and you can't take anymore. You're screwed. You're going to be screwed, okay? Because this is just the beginning. This is just the first layer of the BS bus, okay? This is the first layer of the BS bus. And today I just noticed something. And I don't know if you're going to listen to me, but maybe you can help me out. Have you all, or anyone, depending on where your state is, have you seen a bunch of like weird unmarked police cars? They almost look like they're fake. Like they're SUVs though, I noticed. And they are black and white. And they almost look like they're painted that way, but they don't have a whole lot of markings on them. But when you look at them, they have all the lights on them and stuff. And you can see they have the scanning and you could tell it's a real thing. But from far away, it's like you can't really tell. It's like these different type of SUVs they look like police vehicles, but they're something different. And I want to say that those are frozen cubes. I want to say. Because there was just, for a Wednesday, because I had to drive around today and do errands and do things, and I had to pick up a sibling for a birthday celebration type of thing going on with the family. There was an exorbitant amount of them everywhere. And I got this sickening feeling in the pit of my stomach that said that they are still around. And when I brought my family member home and we did our celebration and we did like our sugar-free cake and punch and whatever for them, I didn't want to drive back out there later in the evening. I sent them home on an Uber, or no, a Lyft, because they have the women's only ride, which never really works because not enough women drivers. But there was a lot of them all around today, and they just like these weird vehicles, and they were everywhere in every corner. And every time I turned a street, there was one there. I turned another street, there was one there. And I just got this sickening feeling, and it just kind of stuck with me. I just, in the back of my mind, thinking, like, this isn't over. Like, there's some monitoring, something going on. Of course, you can see with all those cameras and things going on, all those things. There's some extra monitoring going on. And I just felt inside of me like there's this next level thing creeping up, coming up. But for every area and every area you live in, it will be something different, and it will be worldwide, okay? This is like the energy of you cannot run from this. And taking my 74-year-old mother to the doctor today, it made me feel very, very aware. So, I just, Five of Pentacles, for the life of me, feel like I'm missing something. There's still that Aries aggressive energy still around. And we've got Gemini, Neptune, and Sun. Oh, but we'll be soon. It's just kind of like, know what that says to me? It's right in front of your face, in plain sight. You've seen a lot of posts about in plain sight, about stuff. You know, when I was young, I used to be really preoccupied with movies like They Live and that movie about the aliens called V. It was a movie about aliens called V. Let me know if you've ever seen it. And Soylent Green and Runner with this crystal in their palm. Have you seen those movies? If you haven't, you need to watch them. So fascinating. And when I was young, I was just obsessed with watching them because being a psychic medium as a child was not easy because no one could tell me what was going on. And I used to have recurrent night terrors. The doctor had to diagnose with night terrors. Recurring night terrors about people staring in the sky and pointing, going, and me telling them no. And then, of course, I would be screaming, don't. And they were all like zombie looking at the sky going, like a whole crowd of people. And I was trying to shake them, saying, it was like one of those movies where you're like, no, and you're yelling and the voice isn't coming out, but you're going, no. And they're like, they're not hearing you. And I would just telling them, don't look, don't believe it, don't look. And I had nightmares about people being unalived in masses. I had that recurrent dream about certain things and everyone lining up for it because the world was just leveled. There was no birds in the sky. There was smoke. And so today made me relive all of that stuff because that stuff has haunted me since I was a kid, and I have had dreams that I've had since I was a child, recurrent nightmares that just haunt me to this day. And with all the stuff going on now, I think about them frequently. But it's kind of like when you get like a diagnosis, like maybe you get a cancer diagnosis or a heart diagnosis, and you know that you're facing your fear of your end date could be any moment. Like this whole scenario was going on in the world is kind of like your end date could be at any moment. And it's kind of like, do you live now? Do you live your life now and just live for your life now and do what you want to do? Or do it later when it's not there anymore? So you saying, I'm sick of this. I can't take anymore. I'm tired. Well, what are you going to do to live your life? Like, what would you do differently? Like, if you knew, like, if they were like, okay, you got 6 months to live, you got a year to live. What would you do differently? That's how I've been living my life because I know that it could be at any moment. And it's like that. This energy is really harsh right now because this is the energies like we're facing right now. Right now, it's very left-sided. It's very like we're relying on you to like save us and fix it, but there's so much opposition on that side that it's like not gonna happen. Pluto's in Aquarius retrogrades kind of thing is like the destruction, the shift will be so big that of the old, which is probably needs to happen, that there won't be any going back. Like when you want to go back to your family home or you think you can go back home, but you go back and there's nothing there. It's like a sci-fi movie that you kind of don't want to be in. So trust me, when they do the revealing of the alien life, not worth paying attention to. Just saying. Good night.